Cardi shit is heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes my excitement out of it if we're not going to get bars and y'all going to just be below the belt.
Yeah, I didn't like it. Even when they were going back and forth about record sales and judge yourself against your peers and all that, whether I agree or disagree.
Now that's where I want to. That's where I want to.
That to me, that's the conversation I want to be a part of.
Same.
Nicki's last album did something like 228, and Cardi did 200.
199.6 if you let them tell it.
But we're going to get to that. That's
we're
our
in the
next.
same. We're in the same ballpark. Is all I'm saying. Like it's not like one is blowing the other person out the wall.
Both of their music is too fire for you to really stand on one side of the fence, buddy.
Right.
Guess what? Guess what's happening in March? Nicki's coming with heat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what's happening right now? That Cardi shit is heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cardi B just blew the internet apart with leaked footage aimed straight at Nicki Minaj. And it's way worse than anyone expected. The queens of rap are at war again, and this time nothing's off limits.
This is my thing, Nicki Minaj, right? Why would I be here sitting in line like, oh yeah, I did this, I did that, knowing that the next day there's gonna be so much footages of that same night?
The internet just went wild again, and it's all over two of the biggest names in rap, Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. This time, it ain't just a few shady tweets or sneak disses in a verse. Cardi straight up went off and dropped what she called new footage. And people can't stop talking. The clip shows her heated, emotional, and letting everything fly like she's been holding it in for years. Viewers were stunned, saying this might be the moment that reignites one of the most talked about rivalries in hip-hop history. The crazy part, it didn't come out of nowhere. The tension between Cardi and Nicki has been brewing like a pressure cooker since the moment Cardi burst into the game.
You saying that I got ragged by Riley when there is so many footages of that night, every single angle, and where am I getting ragged at?
From their first supposed collab to the iconic shoe-throwing fight at Fashion Week, these two women have had their names tangled up in drama that never seems to fade away.
How you say that I was the wild animal, that I attacked you, that you was mortified, that you was humiliated, playing the victim, but now you're the gangster? You need to pick.
And now, after months of silence, Cardi decided she's had enough. She's bringing receipts, emotion, and a whole lot of smoke. Fans are calling it the comeback clapback of the year, and they might not be wrong. In the leaked footage, Cardi's energy is through the roof. She's pacing, talking fast, throwing shade with precision, and making it clear she feels like people been trying to silence her. She says she's tired of the fake narratives, and it sounds like she's referring straight to Nicki and her fan base, the Barbs. But the wildest moment comes when she starts pulling up unseen clips and screenshots, claiming she's exposing what really happened behind the scenes. Viewers could feel the fire in her words. No filters, no PR tone, just raw emotion pouring out. It felt like Cardi wasn't just defending herself, she was reclaiming her whole image. This whole feud goes deeper than a simple argument. It's rooted in power, pride, and the pressure of being at the top.
So how can I possibly use payola on some that endorses you?
Both Cardi and Nicki have built empires off their confidence and boldness, but the industry always loves to pit women against each other. That's why every small gesture, a lyric, a look, a comment, turns into a full-blown headline. People online are split. Some say Cardi's just reacting to years of being picked apart by Nicki's camp, while others think she's feeding the fire for attention. But one thing's for sure, the footage shows a Cardi who's done playing nice. And let's not forget how we got here. Back in 2017, when Cardi blew up with Bodak Yellow, Nicki's fans accused her of copying the Queen's flow. At first, both rappers played it cool, pretending everything was fine. They even appeared together on the motorsport track with Migos, a moment fans thought would prove women in rap could unite. But instead, the behind-the-scenes stories came spilling out later. Nicki claimed her verse was changed without her consent. Cardi said Nicki tried to rewrite history, and next thing you know, the internet was in chaos. Every interview, every post, every feature they did afterward was dissected for hidden shots. Fast forward to now, and Cardi's new footage just added gasoline to old flames. Some insiders say she's been holding on to this material for months, waiting for the right moment to drop it. Others think something new behind the scenes sparked it again. Maybe a deal gone bad, maybe a collab rumor that didn't sit right. Either way, the energy in that video was explosive. Cardi looked emotional but unshaken, like she's reclaiming her voice after being talked over too many times, and fans felt that you could see it in the comments flooding TikTok, Instagram, and X, formerly Twitter. Everyone was debating who really started it and who's just reacting. But here's where it gets even wilder. The so-called leaked footage had some familiar faces popping up. People are claiming it showed snippets from old industry events, maybe even private studio sessions. If that's real, then Cardi's definitely breaking some unspoken codes in the game. Still, her supporters argue she's simply defending herself and showing the truth. She's tired of being painted as the villain, one fan commented, and that sentiment echoed across thousands of posts. Folks are cheering her on for standing up against what they call industry favoritism and media bias. Meanwhile, Nicki's side of the internet, the Barbs, are in defense mode. They're calling the footage a desperate move, saying Cardi's just trying to stay relevant during Nicki's new music wave. But even that criticism proves one thing. These two women command attention like nobody else. Every time their names are mentioned together, the world stops scrolling. And deep down, everyone knows the industry benefits from their feud because drama sells faster than music ever could. Still, there's something raw and real about Cardi's reaction this time. It doesn't feel staged or like a publicity stunt. It feels like a woman who's been holding back and finally letting the truth spill. Whether people believe her or not, she made everyone listen. That's the thing about Cardi. She's not polished, she's not perfect, but she's unapologetically real. And in a world where image runs everything, that honesty hits hard. Just when people thought Cardi had taken full control of the spotlight, Nicki Minaj came storming back, and she didn't come empty-handed. Within hours of Cardi's leaked footage hitting the web, Nicki's fans started flooding social media with old interviews, posts, and screenshots, trying to flip the whole situation around. It was like a digital battlefield out there, Barbs versus Barty Gang, and nobody was holding back. The memes, the lives, the comment sections, chaos everywhere. Some people even said this was the rematch of the decade, and they weren't exaggerating. Nicki didn't immediately post a long rant like Cardi. Nah, she played it smart, that quiet, confident silence that makes people wonder what's really going on behind the scenes. But when she finally spoke, she did it in classic Nicki fashion, calculated, sharp, and icy. On her live, she laughed off the situation, saying people love to use her name for clout. She never said Cardi's name directly, but everyone knew who she was talking about. Some people can't handle the pressure that comes with being great, she said, and that line alone had the internet in shambles. Fans claimed it was her subtle way of brushing Cardi off while reminding everyone that she's still the queen of rap. And here's the thing, Nicki knows how to control a moment. She's been in this game long enough to know that silence can sometimes hit harder than words. While Cardi was venting, Nicki was posting pictures in the studio, snippets of new songs, and photos showing she's unbothered. But behind all that confidence, her supporters were fighting hard in the trenches of social media, breaking down Cardi's video frame by frame. They argued the footage was misleading, some even claiming parts were edited or taken out of context. It turned into a full-blown investigation, fans acting like detectives, trying to prove their queen's innocence. Meanwhile, hip-hop blogs were eating this up like breakfast. Headlines like Cardi B exposes Nicki Minaj again and Nicki fires back at Cardi with cryptic posts started trending on every major outlet. Commentators on YouTube and TikTok were dropping hour-long breakdowns, mixing old beef clips with the new footage. Even celebrities started chiming in, some throwing shade, others playing it safe. One popular influencer tweeted, "They're both icons, but this feud ain't ever gonna end." And that tweet alone went viral within hours. It's like the whole entertainment world was locked into a never-ending soap opera. But something about this round hit differently. Cardi's clip wasn't just gossip, it hinted at deeper stuff. She mentioned feeling blackballed and targeted, saying certain industry figures had tried to block her moves behind the curtain. Fans immediately started connecting the dots, guessing Nicki had something to do with it, though there was no proof. Still, that was enough to light social media on fire. "They've been sabotaging her," one fan wrote under a viral TikTok, while another said, "This is the realest Cardi ever been." That's the magic and madness of online culture. People pick sides, build theories, and before long, the whole internet's convinced they know the truth. Nicki, of course, wasn't just gonna sit there and let people twist her legacy. She's been defending her throne for over a decade, and every time someone comes for her, she finds a way to flip the energy back. That's why when she posted that photo with the caption, "Still winning," it hit like a bomb. It wasn't just a flex, it was a statement. Within minutes, the Barbs turned it into a trending hashtag. It was like Nicki was saying, "No matter what y'all throw at me, I'm still untouchable." And honestly, that's her whole brand: power, longevity, dominance. She's not just another rapper, she's a movement. But while Nicki was keeping her cool online, sources say people close to her weren't happy about Cardi's leak. Allegedly, some of those clips Cardi dropped came from private industry events, moments that weren't meant for public eyes. That's why insiders believe lawyers might get involved if things go too far. Still, that didn't stop the internet from spreading the footage like wildfire. You could scroll for hours and still find new edits, reactions, and remixes. The drama had officially taken over pop culture once again. And let's be real, as messy as it gets, people love it. Fans treat this feud like a championship game, picking sides and defending their favorites like it's life or death. But beyond the fan wars, this whole situation highlights something deeper about fame in the digital era. How quickly stories spin out of control. One video, one leak, and suddenly millions of people are judging, dissecting, and arguing about things they don't even have full context on. And both Cardi and Nicki know that. They've mastered how to turn drama into dominance. Still, the difference between them is how they handle the heat. Cardi meets it head on, emotional and loud, while Nicki plays it cold, confident, and composed. Two completely different styles, but both incredibly powerful. And that's why their clash feels so legendary. It's not just two rappers going back and forth. It's two personalities, two legacies, two queens fighting for space in a world that only wants one at a time. That's what keeps the crowd watching. The unpredictability, the pride, and that feeling that anything could happen next. The dust might still be settling, but the aftermath of this Cardi B and Nicki Minaj blow-up has left the whole industry spinning. What started as one fiery leaked footage moment turned into a full-blown cultural storm. And nobody, not even the labels, can ignore it. The day after Cardi dropped her bombshell, every blog, podcast, and gossip page was locked in on one question: what happens next? Because this ain't just another petty online spat. This feud might actually shift how female rap is moving right now. Behind the scenes, insiders say both teams are tightening up their circles. Publicists, managers, and PR heads have been scrambling to control the narrative. Some of Cardi's people are reportedly trying to clean up her image, saying she just wanted to speak her truth, while Nicki's crew is emphasizing that she's focused on music, not drama. But fans aren't buying the calm tone. They know there's more heat under the surface. Social media keeps finding new clips and piecing together theories about secret collaborations, shady comments, and hidden messages in lyrics. It's like the internet turned into an investigative unit overnight. And the power shift is real. Since Cardi dropped that footage, her engagement skyrocketed, her followers grew, her views jumped, and even her older songs started trending again. It's proof that controversy fuels attention, and Cardi knows how to turn attention into momentum. Some people say she's using this moment as a strategic move before a new single or project drops. Others believe she's just tired of being painted as the loud, emotional one, while Nicki gets to play the calm, collected veteran. Either way, Cardi's name is everywhere, and that's exactly where she wants it. On Nicki's side, the queen's energy has been unbothered but strategic. She's been teasing studio sessions, flashing diamond chains, and posting throwbacks of her biggest hits, a silent reminder of how much she's already accomplished. But make no mistake, Nicki's not ignoring this. She's just waiting for the right moment to fire back. And if history has taught us anything, when Nicki responds, she does it in bars, not rants. Fans are already whispering about a potential diss track, pointing to her cryptic captions and her habit of dropping music right after big controversies. If that happens, the internet might literally crash. But while the fans love the back and forth, some voices in the game are calling for peace. A few big names, producers, rappers, and even media hosts have been urging both women to move past the beef and focus on their legacies. They're reminding people that these two changed the game for female rappers, proving that women can dominate charts and still control their own brands. They both queens, but the world keep making them fight for one throne, one artist said in an interview, and that hit deep, because at the core of this whole saga is an industry that profits from division. It's not just Cardi versus Nicki, it's the machine feeding off their rivalry. Still, for all the noise, both artists seem to be standing taller than ever. Cardi's rawness connects with people who love honesty, while Nicki's composure keeps her image of power intact. That balance, chaos versus control, keeps them both relevant. And whether fans realize it or not, every viral moment pushes their names higher on algorithms, playlists, and trends. So yeah, the feud is messy, but it's also marketing gold. You can't scroll through social media without seeing a clip, a meme, or a hot take about them. It's like they've become bigger than music, their culture itself. But here's where things get even deeper. The leaked footage didn't just expose drama. It pulled back the curtain on how fame actually works in 2025. It showed that no matter how high you climb, there's always pressure, paranoia, and people trying to twist your story. Cardi's emotional outburst reminded everyone that fame can break you if you don't control it, while Nicki's cool response proved that survival in this game means mastering the art of silence. Two women, two lessons, both showing the world what it really costs to stay on top. As of now, fans are split on who won this round, but maybe that's the point. Cardi got the attention she wanted, Nicki got the respect she demanded, and the culture got another legendary moment that'll be talked about for years. Some think this could even set up a future collaboration, something unexpected that flips the narrative completely. Imagine that, two rivals turning the feud into a power move. It's unlikely, but in this industry, never say never. Still, one thing's for sure, this won't be the last time their names collide. Whether it's through music, interviews, or another viral moment, Cardi and Nicki will always be tied to each other in the public eye. They represent two different sides of the same coin, raw energy and refined dominance. And that contrast keeps the world watching. The fans might argue, the blogs might twist things, but deep down, everyone knows both women changed hip-hop forever. So as the internet keeps buzzing, one truth stands clear. Cardi and Nicki are both unstoppable. No leak, no rumor, no feud can erase their impact. The game might try to pit them against each other, but in reality, they're both proof that women run this era of rap, loud, proud, and unapologetic. And if this latest explosion proved anything, it's that when these two collide, the culture doesn't just react, it erupts.